Alright, everyone, this is your host, Paul Gaither. This is again Madden 16. Why I should move on from this game? Because I still wanted to do a few more bits of testing to share with you my experience and results. After my previous video, one of the first things that came to my mind is what if the regression and progression was tied to the settings in the game where it says like progress every week, progress every 4 weeks, progress at end of season, and so forth. And so I said, you know what? Let us set progression at the end of the year. Let the stats fall where they may, and let the progression, regression, whatever, hit the players at the end of the year. Right? You get your experience points, you have your production, you have like all the things, and then the season ends, and hit me with what you got. And I'll do my progress players, and you do your regress, and whatever, and we get where we are. That was my thought process, because there's even the every week thing. So I have it set to that. I have it set to end of the season. And I went through 4 weeks, because I just wanted to simulate, doing this. And when I look at progression recap, I know I'm just looking at quarterback here, but it shows that my idea is incorrect. Week 2, he just loses 5 awareness. And then he lost an awareness. And then he lost some medium accuracy. And whatever the reason is, whatever stat, whatever thing is, it's just like, Colin got dumb. He got really dumb. Like, you know how many points it takes to get 1 awareness? Right? Like, all of this, like, confidence up and down, like, you can say one way or another. Colin Kaepernick here, it was like, I put delegate, by the way, and it's like +1 confidence, plus 15. It says I'm the player of the week. It was a huge win at home. I completed my passes. I threw blah, blah, blah. I had a rushing touchdown, all of that. Tough road loss. I threw for less than 200 yards. I fumbled. Early QB gets the worm, like +1 in what? I don't know, this like confidence stuff, right? A great road win for week 3. It was a great road win. I completed 70% of my passes. I threw less than 200 yards. Early QB gets the worm 3. I don't know, whatever. Completion percentage, whatever. And then tough loss at home is a confidence drop. I threw for less than 200 yards. My completion percentage was terrible. And then like the interceptions or whatever thing, whatever. It's like we're already getting like a report here. And then what is it? It has preseason. It talks about starter completion, whatever. So you kind of look at that stuff, and if I go to progression recap, it's not telling me, like, why either. Like, is it like a stats-based thing? Like, would they had the big-time win? No, they had the win, they got nothing. Just the experience points or whatever that he gets. Week 2 was a loss. So he lost 5 awareness, 2 awareness, and then some accuracy. I haven't had the offensive line, like, drop off. But, like, 6 awareness in a couple weeks. Right? 6 awareness. Let's go to develop our players. Let's go to upgrade our players. Let's go to upgrade Colin Kaepernick, 2,000 points. Right? So, 6 awareness. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't even get 4 of it back. Or, sorry, it is only 4. Right? The +4. So we're going to be -2 awareness and -2 accuracy with all that experience that we've gained and developed or whatever. Was it like right here? So we're just like, we're doing this to just stop the bleeding. We're using all our experience to stop the bleeding. It's been a constant theme in my previous video on this one. The other thing, if you're still watching with me right now, is that I wanted to look at, and excuse me, I have to clear my throat. It's really bad. Okay. So the other thing I was looking at was in Team Roadmap, and you go to schemes. I have a real mixed feeling here. Schemes should technically be based on the coach. Like, I get that. That's how they want to coach it up. It's not the owner setting the tactics and scheme of a team. I get that. But I always saw owner mode as, like, the GM. And the GM works with the coach. right? What kind of players are you looking for? What kind of players are we looking for? So on and so forth. So I notice that if I change this, let's say 4-3 run stopper, okay, whatever, but versatile as the right end, and then I want, let's say, a balanced defensive tackles, right? Whatever. There's no button for me to change this. Like, it just has the back button. It has the save button. And if I save, I've already tested this, it doesn't save these settings. The only way to change your scheme in Madden 16 is to be the coach, not the owner. And I have mixed feelings about that. Because as a player, I'm a 49ers fan. I want to be the 49ers. I don't want to be Jim Tomsula. Like, I don't want to have this career or get fired and go to another team and no. I want to be the 49ers. That's why I'm playing Madden. Or you want to be the Seahawks, or you want to be the Falcons, or you want to be the Browns, or whatever. It's like, we're the owner, we're going to control the team, we're going to act like a GM, we're going to do all that stuff, and this game just locks me out of being able to have the players the way I want to. Like, I understand the coaching position, I get it, but this is another feature that's like kind of taken away from us, that it forces it into the coach. So, for example, as a Niner fan, Ahmad Brooks is a very good run-stopping left outside linebacker. And it says, weighted towards block shedding, pursuit, and tackling. But the game has it as a pass rusher, and Ahmad Brooks is not a 3-4 pass rusher. 3-4 pass rusher is usually the other linebacker, right? It's the weak side linebacker, the right outside linebacker, right? Sometimes it can be the left outside linebacker with Von Miller and all of that. But a lot of times it's the DeMarcus Ware guy, it's the Aldon Smith guy, it's the blindside guy, that's the pass rusher. And we can set that how we want. Sometimes they flip sides or whatever in game and all of that. But basically, I want Ahmad Brooks to be rated as he is, like an 80 to an 85 overall run stopper. But I can't do that in this game. I have to be Jim Tomsula in order to have my character, have my team be rated how I want them to be rated. Okay? So I don't like it. There isn't a workaround to the regression. The regression is just going to happen, apparently, even though we set it to the season. And I can go here to league settings, and you can see it says player progression frequency. Determines when the computer teams progress players. Does not impact user teams in any way, obviously. So, yeah, that's progression, but it's not regression. And you can see the regression hit nasty. So it's like setting progression to anything other than weekly is just killer. Because then the AI will not, like, I don't know, make up for the lost points. It's like you're forced to set it to weekly progression. Because otherwise, how are you going to overcome the weekly regression that happens in this game? So, not a fan of it. Like, I could understand, and I've said it in the other video, so I don't want to talk in circles and repeat too much for you, but it's like, I could understand if there was like, and this is the point of dynamic player performance of the game. It's supposed to be the hot and cold streaks. That's what Madden 12 had. That's what you saw working in Madden 25, and I think still works in Madden 15, though I've still got to check that. Is that dynamic player performance is like, okay, you have a temporary increase, a temporary decrease, the hot and cold streaks, the confidence, those kinds of things. Whereas in 16, it's like a permanent regression. You do something poorly, it's not that Colin Kaepernick feels like -5 awareness for the next week or so as he's like on a cold streak. It's like, no, he lost those 5 points forever. Screw you, they're gone. Like, they don't have like a chart of like how he felt up and down or whatever at the end of the year. Like, oh, at the end he was like, this week he was +3 or no, like, you don't see that. This +3 is because I used my experience points to boost him up, where this thing just made him lose points, right? So we're like half of, yeah, so I didn't even get to go +4. See, I thought I went +4. I was only 3. I was only able to recover 3 of the -6 awareness. So it's just the same death spiral, right? All the plus ones are things that I put into the game and had to use XP on, but all the minuses are just hammering you for like a one-game performance. And -5 punishment in a game? -5 for the whole season? Like, take your LEA. Like, this is why I want to delete Madden 16 and 17 from my hard drive. It doesn't even need to take up space in my hard drive because that's just ridiculous. Especially, like I said, what if I'm the Seahawks or whatever? What if I'm the Rams? What if I'm the Browns? Whatever. It's like, oh, well, there's Colin Kaepernick. He's going to just, like, be terrible. Regardless if he is or isn't, it's the same thing. You've got, like, a middling quarterback and you want him to, like, progress and become a good quarterback. It's like, nope. He had, like, less than 200 yards or whatever, so he's trash and he's going to be super trash. Like, in order to be good, you have to be great. You know, like, you have to perform with stats on the field to be great. You can't, like, progress over time as a backup or whatever and then do this. Like, nope. You can't have the Jordan Love story where, like, the year started off a little slow and then he's become a very good quarterback throughout the course of the year or whatever. Like, no. You don't get to do that. Right? That's just how it is. So, yeah, I'm pretty much on the verge of, like, just deleting 16 and 17 from the hard drive because this is despicable. This is just absolutely terrible design. And even if we want to talk about the amount of experience points that you get or the scouting points that you have, it's like you can police and self-user like control to prevent yourself from like exploiting 25 and Madden 14 and 15. But you can't overcome, there are no house rules or adjustments to overcome this mess of 16 and 17. So, at the very least, don't buy these games. I know I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't. See you next time.